Outlander fans will know there have been several changes from the books over the seasons. But what Frank Randall scene made a big impact. Throughout the series and books of Outlander, fans have been understandably split on how they feel about Frank Randall, played by Tobias Menzies. However, what viewers might not realize is the addition of a pivotal scene to the show changed the character's trajectory hugely. Here's which one this was and what the showrunner had to say about it. What major scene changed Frank's depiction from the Outlander books? Whatever fans think of Frank in the Outlander story, he had undoubtedly been through a lot. Viewers will remember how much he struggled with the disappearance of his wife Claire Randall, Katrina Balfe, in the early seasons. Then, when they finally reunited, he learned his wife had fallen in love and remarried. However, fans of the television show and the books will know how he dealt with this, and both was quite different. According to the showrunner Ronald Moore, this was down to them adding an important scene early on. Speaking to Variety in 2017, he revealed how they decided to add a scene where Frank was told about the stones by Mrs. Graham, Tracy Wilkinson, in Season 1. He explained, he goes up to Cranadon and stands there, and he thinks he might hear Claire's voice. So he had a specific experience in Season 1 that was not present in the book. As you move forward with our Frank, when he reunites with Claire again in 1947, he has all that. Now when Claire comes and says, "I went through the stones of Cranadon," it hits him in a different way than book Frank, who never heard any of that and just thinks it's all madness and it's crazy. But our Frank had actually been told that. He'd actually stood on that hill. So he is much more predisposed to believe her. That's a pretty big change in the two Franks. Fans will remember when Frank thought he heard Claire through the stones during the mid-season finale of Series 1. This was as she decided to stay in her own time and remain with Jamie Fraser, Sam Hogan. The scene was an emotional one, as it was when Frank left Scotland and gave up on being able to find Claire again. Moore went on to explain how as a result of this, they had to continue to allow this to inform who he is in the show. He added, even though we want him to hit certain markers and do certain story points that are in the books, it always has to be informed by the knowledge of what we've established. Those paths keep separating a little further and further over time. And you have to do that with all the characters. Whatever the book said, our first obligation to the characters we've established for the TV audience, because that's what they're following.